Oh, well, you're better off having players like Kobe that can play in the double pivot if you need, even though I don't want to see him there, and in the 10. Players like Xerxes that can play in the 10 and the 9. Players like Bruno that can play in the double pivot and the 10, even though I don't want to see him there. You're better off having one player for two positions than having two players and one of them shit. Because man are just eating up the wages.
Yeah, man are just eating up wages and taking the space. You mentioned it, extras. It's like a soap, man, and you just got man in the back. What's my man who's always in the back on EastEnders, man? The black, is it Winston? You don't get no line. That's it, yo. Man, just moving like Winston. It's like, yo, you not needed. You just been in the show for years, got no lines. These man got no lines.
Trust me, just the black guy in the market and that. You know though. Yeah, bro.
Holding the apple like he's Carlito. Like, that's it, yo. That's it. So in regards to it, so like I'm fully with it in regards to let our depth be youth. We're not chasing down Premier League or Champions League. That's when you need to be like you mentioned Manchester City, where it's more quality off the bench and more proven. Don't need that. We're literally in Europe. Like, well, if we win the Europa League, Champions League, cool. We ain't gonna be one of the favorites for that. We're not chasing down the Premier League or top 4. It's about just getting better and being a competent unit. Let's please crawl before we decide to walk and start running. Because we are going nowhere at this moment in time. And those two are big on Matthew. Those two are terrible, Højlund and Garnacho. If you can move them on alongside Anthony Rashford, that's money there. So you add that money to the pot we already have, there's more than enough. More than enough.
And like he said here, Garnacho and Rashford are pure profit on the PSR, bro. Pure.
100%. So you got Garnacho, you got Rashford, you got Højlund, you got Sancho, you got Anthony, you got Malacia. That's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. If I say Winston, that's before my time. I was saying maybe he was.
Bro, we can move on. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the fact that we can move on, like six ballers, like 2 of them are pure profit. Do you know what I'm saying? And Højlund's just pure relief. It don't even matter how, like, it doesn't matter what it is, bro. Even if we get 30 mil for this year, brother, just knowing that he don't play for my team and that number 9 shirt is vacant, it's sensational.
Yeah. He is beyond. He's beyond terrible. Calling him terrible is disrespectful to actual terrible players. Like, because as bad as I think Garnacho is, he is just way worse.
The thing is, not Maguire. I don't think we sell Maguire. The reason why I don't say you need sell Maguire is because, bro, we might need an emergency striker, blood. You know them ones. So I think he keeps Maguire now, guys. I'll be real. I'm not mad at the Harry Maguire situation, but I want him to be
emergency
like
striker.
I want him to be third choice centre back. You know them ones.
Yeah, he should be there. He shouldn't be like you said, he shouldn't be backup to the backup. Let's say it's De Ligt. There should be one with De Ligt, then him. Same way with the left side and the right side. It should be him 3rd or 4th on that list. Emergency striker, if you just want to get it into the big man in the box, cool. But other than that, no. I'm tired of the likes of Maguire.
I'd get rid of Luke Shaw before I'd get rid of Maguire.
Tired of Luke Shaw. Again, you mentioned about just no reason don't play. You don't play. Him and Mount don't play. It's like, what's the point? What's the use? Like, let's get rid of him on big wages. And it's like, yo, just move these man on. It is pure relief. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, this is it. So for me, like, when we were looking at it, I think I see someone tweet it, and I've been saying it for ages, bro. Not only do I not think we missed Lissandro, but I think Lissandro's days are numbered at this football club because now we've seen, that we don't need him, bro.
Like Euro and heaven over that side.
Bro, even whilst we're losing, I've never heard no one say, oh, we miss Lissandro. Even when we're losing. Do you know how, do you know, like, bruv, do you know how bad our record is? And I've never heard no one say, oh, right, we miss Lissandro. Brother, if they don't miss you when they're losing, they don't need you, my brother.
You know what's crazy? That's how bad our squad is, that the only person that we mentioned in regards to missing it was Ahmad. It was Ahmad and Mano. They were legit, though. I never heard anyone say, we're missing Martinez or Lindelof or Mount. As bad as our attack is, no one's ever said those things. Oh, we need to get I've heard people mention youngsters more. Hey, get Heaven back in the side. Yeah, he was literally
Aiden Heaven left an impression after a couple starts, that man weren't thinking about Lissandro.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, and I don't think Martinez fits this system as well. Because when you're
he doesn't fit what the manager wants, because the manager wants physicality.
Yeah, you have to go out into left back areas and go and defend, and that's not his game. He's better in a rigid 4, and he's not the quickest either. And like you said, the lack of physicality. So you need that. The manager needs that, and we need that in this league anyway. So if you're going to add that with a Euro or a Heaven over that side, cool. I'm with it. And that's a crazy comment, TTM. That is mad. And the injuries is a problem as well. This guy gets injured every season. And he gets long-term injuries every season as well. Yo, back in one step, fam. Yeah, give me one.
Yeah, no worries. Man are saying, yeah, that Amorim rates Lissandro. Bro, there's no evidence to suggest that that's actually true. There's none. You know them ones, because people are saying, yeah, that he rates Garnacho or he rates Rasmus Højlund, but there's no evidence to suggest that. The only evidence, yeah, the only evidence that I see, yeah, of this manager is that he likes certain profiles for certain positions. The reason why he plays Rasmus Højlund is because he prefers Højlund's profile in the 9, not because he rates him, because he clearly doesn't. And it's the same with Garnacho. He's saying he's playing Garnacho because Garnacho's the only player here that can stretch the pitch for us because he's a willing runner. He doesn't rate Garnacho either, because when you actually listen to how he speaks about Garnacho, it's very obvious he don't rate him. So I don't think he rates Lissandro. Lissandro doesn't have any of the attributes here that this manager talks about. The manager likes pace, physicality. He don't have that. He doesn't have height and physical presence. And if you look at Aiden Heaven and you look at how Lenny Euro play in that left 10, both of them carry the ball and they're quite athletic, bro. Like, Lissandro's got no athleticism here in comparison to them. Like, he doesn't carry the ball into midfield, and also he doesn't have recovery pace. So if you don't have recovery pace in a system where the lines in between Amorim's players are really big, they're bigger than a lot of other coaches. I personally don't like how big the gaps are between each offensive or defensive line. I think the gaps are too big. I think when we see smaller gaps, we see the link up like we saw with Bruno and Xerxes, where we nearly got our goal of the season if we would have scored that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe that defensive and offensive lines need to be closer together. This guy likes to play with players on the island, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Our two central midfielders are on the island, because not only do they have to cover centrally, they also have to go out into wide areas if the fullbacks or the wing backs have gone forward and go and deal with there. It's a lot of physicality in a very, very physical league. It's mobility. You see it all across the league. When you look at the better teams, probably bar Manchester City, everyone has a high level of physicality of going box to box. Even watching Newcastle Villa, the speed.
Newcastle's team are very, very athletic, bro. Like, they're old fashioned. They remind me of us in the 90s, like under Fergie, like bare Englishman just on running, just cardio and smoke. That's all man was on, like
on crud.
Yeah, bro, we just on bullying, bro.
Yeah, but that death row midfield, even though he got packed up by Villa, like, that is the shield. That's it. You see that Bruno G, Tonali, Joe Linton,
crazy, innit?
That deal with that NWO midfield right there, but just the speed, even though Newcastle got packed, the speed in which those two teams transitioned on each other is crazy. Look at the midfields they had. You got like Joe Linton, Tonali, and Bruno G on one side, Morgan Rogers, Kamara, Onana on the other side. Look how much that is. And then you got the front three that's pacey as well. Barnes, Isak, Jacob Murphy. You got Rashford out there. You got Watkins out there. You have to match that. Just being technically good is not going to, and Bournemouth do the same thing.
The physicality too, you're right.
You got to match it. You got, like, Bournemouth have it too, Brighton have it too, and we just lack it. That's why even in the Lyon game, Paul Scholes made a great point. That's why we couldn't take advantage till later with them with 10 men. Because we just don't have the speed, or we don't have the technical players to keep the ball like that to take advantage, and we don't have the physicality
to really
take advantage. It wasn't until they got tired late on that we took advantage. They got better with 10 men. But they just have foot speed for Fano, who created their third and fourth goal. Just running. Just direct, quick, can't deal with it. So we need to add to that.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what it is. I think what Newcastle do well is they overwhelm teams with their physicality. They do, man. They got Gordon as well when he's fit. Do you know what I'm saying? Quality. When you got Gordon running at you, and then you've got them three in midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, it's mental.
Yeah, and then you got Isak that. You got Livramento who can shift, or Lewis Hall if he's playing left back. And then also, not only, it's not like they're just runners and physicality. They can play technically as well. Like, they're good enough in there to keep the ball off you. And we see it with Villa. Villa do that very well also. Yeah, and that's it. PMP and aggression with some technical ability in there, perfectly balanced. And we need that across the board, because we lack all of that. We lack PMP, we lack aggression, and we lack technical ability. Acuna adds to that. He does
100%. So even when you look at like a Lewis Hall and all them players, again, these are physical players that know what it takes to play in this league, bro. And I think that Manchester United we need to primarily buy at home, even if it costs more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they say, you buy cheap, you buy twice, innit? Like we know what we're getting when you buy when you buy players that have played in the Premier League and do play in the Premier League, even if there is a slight premium, just the fact that you know what you're getting, brother, like who can complain?
And that's it, because we can all sit here. There's no unknowns from a fan perspective with Cunha. We've all watched him long enough in play at Wolves. I know exactly what we're getting. Like I watched one of his comps the other week, just sheer quality. And when I've watched him, just sheer quality. He has the pace and power. He has the athleticism, the ball, but then he has the skill to go past players and create for others, and also create for themselves as well. I think when you start looking outside the Premier League is when you reach the level where you're like, okay, we need to go to the next level. So we're trying to go from third, fourth to actually challenging seriously. We're aiming for second, third spot. That's nowhere near where we're at currently. So I like what we're seeing. I really, really do. 110%. I really do.
100%. Wait, someone's commenting there saying, yo, this is PR from Ineos here to distract us from the fact we're battling relegation. I hear it. It might be, but bro, it's working.
It's working because it's actual talks and it's from reliable sources. This ain't just the Mirror or someone on some ITK on 12. Like that's what it is.
Like the noises
I take with a pinch of salt. The Osherman thing in 40 million. I don't get why the prices drop so much.
For real. They're saying 40 million for Osherman before it was 60 mil. Why is it 40 now?
Why is it 40? I look at it and I go, what's happened there? Now, if we could do this, I'm all for this. More so to get rid of Højlund. We can do a swap deal and get him cheap. Cool. Get rid of him, man. Please. With Osherman, we spoke on it, it's a wage thing. And that's with anybody. I don't want to pay him no big number of wages, but if we can get him and move on Højlund and the wages is decent, why not? I'm all for it. I don't know how it would work. Is it 20 million in Højlund? Is that what they're saying? What would it be? Would it be 30 M's in Højlund? I'm all for it. I
don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that them deals are complicated. It says return to, so it could be a situation where they take Højlund on loan, maybe. Do you know what I mean? And we buy my man. Do you know what I mean? And we buy my man for like a cut price or something like that. Because I don't know how it works. Swap deals don't tend to work. They don't tend to work, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like I think from a PSR point of view, I think that swap deals, swap deals don't. Apparently, they're not favorable. Just because of how they show up on the balance sheet. So I don't really know. And the thing is, Osman's going to be on higher wages than Rasmus as well. So,
absolutely. I'm just more so about getting rid of
how it works.
Yeah, getting rid of him, because even if we send him there on loan, Osman's in the last year of his contract after this. United.
Okay, I didn't know he was in his last year of his contract. Okay, so 40 mil sounds a bit real.
After this, because he's got 2. Yeah, he's got 2 years left now. So next summer it'll be a year. So I don't get why it would drop. But in regards to Højlund, if we did send him to Napoli alone, maybe he does what Rashford has done and Anthony has done and raised his price. Hopefully.
Maybe it's a shot.
Get a little bit more money,
Italy, and then we get more money from someone else. Maybe the season after if they don't want to keep him. But these men have been linked with Garnacho as well, blood. I just feel like it's too good to be true.
Send them both. Nah, you know the thing is Conte there. I get why he would want Garnacho. Because that's his type.
Garnacho's more his kind of player, but Højlund, I don't know.
Højlund ain't no. I think he just looks at it and goes, I can do something with him. That's what I would say. I think he can do that. But send them both there, man. Send them both. You know what I'm saying? If we can get rid of both Garnacho and Højlund, I'd do it just to get rid of them both and bring in them. Because their wages combined, you can put towards Osherman's a little bit extra and we're good. Yeah, I'm seeing that too. But I don't believe it. I really
But why would they want Højlund, bro? They've got what? Lukaku.
I don't know why they would want Garnacho.
Højlund is like
I'm confused.
A shit version of Lukaku. Like.
He is. But word to my guy Bayesian Pops, man. Every pot has a cover, man. Bad players get so. I'm with you, Rants. Trust me, 110%. I can't give you any logical footballing reasons as to why they would want Højlund. But guess what? Bad footballers are sold every summer. I see certain deals and I'm like, why? I don't get whatsoever. What is we've done many of them, but other teams have done, and I'm like, It's like when Chelsea went in for Garnacho in January.
Yeah, bro, I was scratching my head thinking about it, but it's just like he gets to a point where like, why do we care why they want him? Just take the deal.
Yeah,